What's up YouTube? Jeff back again from High on Android and DopeTechDaily.com. And this week I have been in Las Vegas for CES, hanging out with Max, hanging out with a bunch of other YouTubers, and I'm definitely going to do a vlog wrapping up everything I saw. But one of the coolest things I got while I was in CES is that Huawei actually hooked us up with a review unit of their Honor 5X smartphone. See the box it came in here. It says void because it's a media review unit, not for resale. There's really nothing interesting in the box. I just figured I would show you guys. Came with a SIM tool. You just got your power brick and your micro USB. One thing that I found a little interesting is that no books. So I don't really get that many review units, as you guys know. My channel's still pretty small, so I've never really gotten one that didn't have any books inside, so I found that a little interesting. But nothing else inside the box really, just the phone. So mainly in this video, I wanted to give you guys some initial impressions. Yesterday when I was leaving Vegas, I drove to Vegas and back to Phoenix because it's about 4.5 hours, not that far. And when I left Vegas yesterday, I put my SIM card in the Honor 5X. I want to give you guys some initial impressions on the phone. Also give you a comparison to the Nexus 6P, which of course is another Huawei phone that's kind of similar. And then also another budget phone, which is the Alcatel Idol 3, which has the same screen size. So as you guys probably saw at the event, if you checked out CES, if you saw the coverage, the Honor 5X is a 5.5-inch phone. It has a beautiful all-metal body on the back here with a fingerprint scanner, very similar to the 6P. It also has a camera right here on the back, a little bit different than the 6P in that case, your camera and your flash there. But it's got a beautiful brushed aluminum look, as you can sort of see there from the camera. You got some Honor branding on the back. Of course, Honor is Huawei's sort of budget branding that they put on their budget phones. Around the front, of course, you've got some sizable bezels at the bottom, but not too bad. Kind of looks like maybe kind of like an iPhone size bezels on the top and the bottom. You can see there you got a notification LED, front facing camera there. On the bottom you can kind of see another place where it looks similar to the iPhone. You can see the speaker grills right there on either side with the charging port, micro USB in the center. But again, you know, there's only so many places you can put speakers on the bottom there. The phone is kind of light, so you would think it would be a little heavier because it's got an all-metal build. But despite having an all-metal build, it is pretty light. It does have a 2 gigabytes of RAM on this phone, so I'll go ahead and show you guys the Android version. It's running Android 5.1.1. I'll just go into the About phone here, check it out. So you can see right here, 5.1.1. So that's one of the downsides of this phone. It's not running Marshmallow yet. You would hope that any phone that gets released now would be running Marshmallow. You can see there you got 2 gigabytes of RAM. You guys can also see that I haven't installed very many apps. I've only got 7.45 gigabytes free. It is a 16 gigabyte phone, but probably only comes with about 8 gigabytes out of the box because I've only installed a few apps like Instagram, etc. See right there, you've got a 1080p screen. It's really nice considering the price point, 199 bucks. You got a Snapdragon 615 in here. Pretty nice processor again for a budget build. And you do have the Android security level patch there from December 1st, 2015. That is a good thing to see. And then another thing that some people are going to find a little off-putting about this phone is the software. It's the EMUI 3.1. That's just my personal preference. I'm not a huge fan of it. A lot of people who are used to these type of colorful OSs in the Asian regions probably like this software. I just prefer closer to stock Android. And honestly, you can see I already threw Nova Launcher on the phone. So overall, my impressions of the phone, it's a little bit light, but it's definitely one of the best budget offerings I've seen in terms of build quality. You've got sort of metal all around the sides, the back. The fingerprint scanner is lightning fast. You guys can see here, I could just tapping there on the back. You don't even need to turn the screen on. The fingerprint scanner on here is not quite as fast as the 6P, but it's really close. And it's definitely better than the fingerprint scanner on the LG V10. Sorry to all the LG fans out there, but that's just 100% true. This fingerprint scanner on this $199 phone is quite a bit better than the LG V10. It works all the time, and you can do it without the screen being on. So overall, I've used the phone a little bit for some gaming and took a few pictures. I took a picture I posted on Twitter of the Samsung Gear VR I'm giving away. Speaking of which, you guys can see right here, the Droids Giving giveaway that I announced a week ago. That is ending tomorrow, so make sure you guys go enter that today if you haven't yet. You can see all the prizes there, and I'm, of course, giving away that Samsung Gear VR, which I posted a picture of on Twitter that I took with this phone. So overall, I really like the phone after 24 hours. I played a few games. You guys can see I installed Temple Run there. I played it, It has a few drop frames here or there, but nothing too bad, nothing too noticeable. It doesn't really like lag out or have any huge problems. I'll play a few more games before I put a full review on it. Again, the main problem I have with it is the launcher. I mean, their overall software, you can still see it. I mean, Nova Launcher doesn't fix this sort of really sort of bulky settings menu that doesn't look anything like stock Android. You got shortcuts here and then notifications. You got separate tabs. I'm just not a huge fan of that. And also their settings menu is sort of really colorful. It's got all of these extra options, some theming options, which a lot of people might like, but if you're someone who likes closer to stock Android, you're definitely not going to get that with this phone. So let me go ahead and give you guys a few size comparisons. First, the Nexus 6P. Obviously, the 6P is a little bit bigger, but you'll notice the build quality similarities. Of course, the 6P is taller, and the 6P is a little bit wider, of course. It's a bigger phone. They're about, I don't know, the 6P is a little bit thinner too, I guess. Has the camera hump, so that probably makes it, at the thickness of the hump, it's probably similar to the Honor 5X, but the Honor 5X is thicker throughout the body. You can definitely see, though, the design similarities. You definitely have a bigger bezel on the top of the 6P than you do on the 5X. You can see sort of with the metal construction, you have the two-tone look. The metal here on the bottom of the 5X is a different color, just like it is a different color here with this little plastic piece on the bottom part of the metal of the Nexus 5X. And of course, because it's the same company really designing the fingerprint sensor, you can definitely see the similarities. You can do a quick fingerprint test. 1, 2, 3. And you can see, let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. Actually, it looks like the Honor actually turned on a little bit quicker there. 1, 2, 3. And then the 6P there. So obviously there's a little bit of delay between me putting my finger on the scanner. And let's try one more time. 1, 2, 3. 6P is a little bit faster there. So, you know, it's pretty close though. The Honor 5X doesn't lag too far behind the 6P fingerprint scanner. So overall, you can definitely see the build similarities. You can definitely see the Huawei imprint sort of on the 5X, the Honor 5X. And then the other phone I wanted to show you guys, because it's a similar price point, that's the Alcatel One Touch Idol 3. You guys saw me review this phone last year. This phone was $250 when it came out, but you can get it for $199 on sale now pretty easily. And this also is a 5.5-inch screen, so you can see the Honor 5X is a bit thicker. They're about the same height, I believe. The Honor 5X is a little taller too, and I don't know, they're about the same width. Maybe the Honor 5X is a little bit wider too. But overall, the build quality, in my opinion, the Honor 5X definitely has a better build overall. I'll have to do a little bit of a gaming comparison in terms of overall lag once I've used the Honor 5X more, but the Honor 5X does feel a bit snappier than the Idol 3 at first glance. I definitely prefer the build of the Honor 5X. Again, that just comes down to personal preference. Plus you have the fingerprint scanner on here, and you don't have that on the Idol 3. Alright guys, I just wanted to show you guys this. Thanks to Huawei and Honor for letting me attend their media event, letting me get my hands on one of these review units. Pretty cool to get a review unit so that I can bring you guys the coverage. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I will drop a few full review on this phone after a week or so. I'll use it as my daily driver. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. I'll have a CES vlog up pretty soon. If you guys have any other questions for me, you can of course drop those in the comments as well. My Q&A video is coming up soon, so drop any of those questions down there. I'll probably try to make that video in the next week. Check out news.highonandroid.com, dopetechdaily.com for great Android news and giveaways. Follow me on Google Plus and Twitter in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot for checking it out.